Just to illustrate what I've done for my own firm. So this is a few years ago now where we'd come through the first couple of COVID years and we hadn't really done a super significant and thorough price review. And so we did. And through that process, and through trial and error, here's the result of our first significant price increase. And what I want to think, and I've got some examples at the end of what could this mean for your firm. So when we started this process, we had 292 business clients. That was family groups where they had a business, whether it was in a company or trust, 2 individuals, and then most of them would have had something else, whether it's an asset trust or a bucket company. So that's what we sort of call as one client. Some of them even had SMSFs in that as well. Now, through our price review, we actually lost 30 clients. Now that's just over 10% of our client base if you look at it by number. I'll show you on the next screen though something interesting. But through those 3 to 4 months, we actually got 29 new clients. Pretty cool. So net new clients hardly changed at all. Now, the average monthly price that the clients who left were paying was $503. The average MRR, the subscription price of the new client, was $854 per month, which was an increase, if you look at the lost versus the new, of 70%. It's huge. So if you look at after those few months had passed, we're serving the same amount of clients, but the ones who left versus the one that joined in that quarter, financially we're hugely different. In terms of all MRR, so if we look at the average of every single client beforehand, it was $585. And if we have a look at the average MRR after, $714. So an average increase per client of 22%. Now, there were some clients, and this more applied to the older clients, who were on a sweetheart deal, a really good deal. And maybe they also had an entity or two that they'd set up that we hadn't actually been charging for. Really embarrassing. In fact, it's so embarrassing to say that right now to over 100 clients here or accounting firm owners here that we had things we were doing and we weren't billing for them. It's one of the things that I've learned from having a subscription based product where you sort of set the scope. We need to check it. It's so obvious, but we need to actually make sure it's appropriate and again have that ability to ensure scope creep doesn't go unbilled. Where was I going with that? Yeah. So what I was meaning is some clients went up like 50, 60, 70% because of a component of our price increase. And that might have, they might have been clients for 5 to 10 years, but also unscoped stuff. And that's why it was so significant. Most of those clients didn't even bat an eyelid because they understood. And again, part of that's in mindset, part of that's in also the communication of why the price is going up 70%. But there were lots of clients that went up 5 or 10 or 15% if you look at their MRR before versus after. So yeah, not all of them were significant. Jeanette, I couldn't tell you the cost of new client acquisition for that quarter, but yeah, in terms of our marketing and that sort of system, that may be a topic for another webinar. All right, some more stats from that repricing campaign. Our MRR went from 178 grand to 229,200. I've got all these stats. And again, this was a fantastic July following, by the way. But it went up about 50K net of the clients who left. And again, if we think about July in the month following the campaign, what that looks like is compared to June, we've got 50K of revenue that drops straight to the bottom line. And that's one of the things I want us to think about is one of the easiest ways to increase profitability when nothing else changes is to increase our price.